Two miners work 16 hours daily. One extracts 12 ounces of gold weekly. The other extracts 4 ounces. Same hours, same effort, same mountain. The difference is not skill. It is the wheel. One follows a process that repeats perfectly. One improvises every single day. Effort without process is motion without progress. This is called the repeatable process principle. Productivity is not about working harder. It is about eliminating decision fatigue through documented systems. Every time you decide how to do something, you waste energy. Every time you follow a proven process, you conserve energy for output. Most entrepreneurs work hard, but produce little. They make hundreds of micro-decisions daily. Each decision drains mental resources. By noon, they are exhausted from deciding, not from producing. Strategic entrepreneurs build decision-free processes. They document the optimal way to do recurring tasks once. Then they follow that process without thinking. The process becomes a wheel that turns automatically. Your mental energy stays focused on output, not on deciding how to work. This is not about rigidity. This is about understanding that your brain has limited decision-making capacity daily. Wasted on process decisions and you have none left for valuable work. Eliminate process decisions through systems and all capacity flows to production. January 1849. Two men arrive in California during the gold rush. Thomas and Samuel, both 30 years old. Both bought mining claims on the same mountain for $200 each. Both have identical equipment: pickaxe, shovel, pan, sluice box. Both work dawn to dusk. Same starting point. Day 1. Thomas wakes at sunrise, walks to his claim, stares at the mountain. Where should he dig today? That spot looks promising. He digs there for 3 hours. Tiring? Maybe try the creek bed. He moves. Digs there for 2 hours. The soil is harder. He'll be back to the first spot. He moves again. By noon, he made 4 location decisions. By evening, he extracted half an ounce of gold. He worked 12 hours. Most energy went to deciding where and how to work. Samuel wakes at sunrise. He opens his notebook. Yesterday, he wrote a process. Location selection. Dig in a grid pattern starting northwest corner, moving east in 3-foot intervals. Depth, 4 feet per hole before moving. Time, 2 hours per location regardless of yield. Extraction method, pickaxe loosening, shovel removal, pan sorting. He follows the process exactly. No decisions. It's no hesitation. By evening, he extracted 1 ounce of gold. Week 1. Thomas averages 4 ounces total. Every day he wakes up and decides his approach fresh. Sometimes he digs deep. Sometimes shallow. Sometimes he focuses on one area. Sometimes he moves around. He thinks this flexibility helps him adapt. It does not. It exhausts him. By Wednesday, his decision-making capacity is depleted. Thursday and Friday, he barely works. Too tired from deciding. Samuel averages 7 ounces total. Every day he follows his documented process. Monday through Friday, identical. No decision fatigue. His process might not be optimal yet, but it is consistent. Consistency produces measurable results. Measurable results reveal improvement opportunities. Week 4, Thomas still works hard, still improvises daily, still makes hundreds of decisions. How deep? When to move? What technique to use? He is burning mental energy on process instead of production. His weekly yield is still 4 ounces. He plateaued. Samuel reviews his data. His process generated 28 ounces in 4 weeks. 7 ounces weekly average. But he notices a pattern in his notebook. Days he started northwest corner yielded slightly more than days he started southeast corner. A small difference. 2 ounces versus 6 ounces per location. He updates his process. So always start northwest corner. Document confirms this is not luck. It is geology. Northwest face has richer deposits. This insight only appeared because he followed a consistent process that generated comparable data. Thomas never discovered this because his chaotic approach generated no comparable data. Month 3. Thomas works as hard as ever, 12-hour days, but his yield dropped. 3 ounces weekly now. Decision fatigue compounds. Each day he makes mining decisions plus life decisions plus business decisions. His brain is exhausted. His judgment deteriorates. He picks worse locations, uses poor techniques, works hard but ineffectively. Samuel maintains 7 ounces weekly. But he made another process improvement. His original extraction method was pickaxe, then shovel, then pan. His notebook showed this was inefficient. Too much transition between tools. He updated the process. Pickaxe for all loosening first, then shovel for all removal, then pan for all sorting. Batch processing instead of interleaved processing. His yield increased to 9 ounces weekly, same hours. Better process. Month 6. Thomas is frustrated. He works harder than Samuel. Everyone sees it. He starts earlier, finishes later, sweats more. But his yield is 2 ounces weekly now, declining. He blames bad luck, bad claim, bad equipment. He never blames his lack of process. Samuel reaches 12 ounces weekly, documented 15 process improvements over 6 months. Each improvement came from data, his consistent process generated, location selection optimized, depth strategy refined, tool sequence perfected, rest intervals scheduled. His process is now a machine that produces predictably. Month 12 delivers the crushing reality. Thomas extracted 156 ounces total across the year. His income is $2,496, barely above his starting investment. He worked 3,600 hours, that is, 16.9 cents per hour. He is exhausted, broke, defeated. He sells his claim and leaves California. Samuel extracted 468 ounces across the year. His income is $7,488. 3 times Thomas's output with identical hours and effort. His power rate is $2.08. He is energized, profitable, expanding. He buys Thomas's claim and to others. His documented process makes scaling possible. He will hire miners and teach them his exact system. Here's what actually happened. Thomas worked in the business. Samuel worked on the business. Thomas spent mental energy deciding how to mine every single day. Samuel spent mental energy deciding how to mine once, documented it, then spent mental energy mining. Process is not about eliminating thought. Process is about eliminating repeated thought. The first time you do something, you think deeply and document the optimal approach. Every subsequent time, you follow the documentation without thinking. Your mental capacity stays fresh for actual work. Most entrepreneurs resist this. They think processes make them robotic. They value flexibility and adaptation. Flexibility on recurring tasks is decision waste. You waste finite mental resources deciding how to do something you have done 50 times before. Check your own business. How much time do you spend deciding how to do recurring work versus actually doing it? If you write content, do you decide your structure fresh every time or follow a documented template? If you handle customers, do you improvise each interaction or follow a script? If you manage projects, do you wing it or follow a process? If you are deciding how to do recurring tasks daily, you are Thomas. You work hard, but exhaust yourself deciding instead of producing. Your output plateaus because your mental capacity is drained by process decisions. People think documentation takes too much time. Wrong. Documentation takes 2 hours once. Improvisation takes 30 minutes daily forever. 2 hours invested saves 180 hours annually. Plus, your output quality increases because you follow your best thinking instead of your tired thinking. The trap is believing your business is too dynamic for processes. No business is too dynamic for processes. Dynamic businesses need processes more. When conditions change, you update the process once. Everyone follows the new process. Without processes, everyone improvises differently. Quality becomes chaotic. First, identify your 3 most frequent recurring tasks. For most business owners, these are content creation, customer interaction, administrative work. Pick the one you do most often. That is your target process. Second, document your current approach completely. Next time you do that task, write down every step as you do it. Every decision point, every tool used, every sequence followed. This is your baseline process. It takes an extra 45 minutes the first time. Do it anyway. Third, Follow your documented process exactly for 30 days. No improvisation, no shortcuts, no skipping steps. This feels constraining, that is the point. You are eliminating decision points. Your brain will resist. Follow the process anyway. Fourth, track results daily. How long did it take? What was the output quality? Any problems? Any inefficiencies? Write these observations in your process document. Data only appears through consistency. Fifth, review and refine monthly. Look at 30 days of data. What worked? What did not? Where are the bottlenecks? Update the process based on evidence. Now you have process version 2. Follow that for 30 days. Repeat. Month 1 feels mechanical and slow. You're learning to trust the process instead of trusting your improvisation. Uncomfortable. Your output may dip slightly. Normal. Month 3, you notice you finish the task faster with less mental fatigue. The process runs automatically. Your brain is free to focus on quality instead of deciding what to do next. Month 6, your process has gone through 6 refinement cycles. It is significantly better than your original improvised approach. Your output quality is higher, your speed is faster, your energy is preserved. Year 1, you have processes for your top 5 recurring tasks. You work the same hours as before, but produce 2x to 3x output. Not because you work harder, because you stopped wasting mental energy on repeated decisions. Year 2, your processes are so refined, you can teach them to others. This is how you scale. You cannot scale improvisation. You can only scale documented processes. This is not about becoming a robot. This is about freeing your creative energy from repetitive decisions so you can direct it toward valuable work. 2 miners, same mountain, same effort. One decided how to mine every day. One decided once and followed the wheel. Deciding daily produced 4 ounces. Following the wheel produced 12 ounces. Same hours, different structure. The wheel does not break when you document how it turns. The wheel breaks when every turn requires a fresh decision about how to turn. Build the wheel. Document the turns. Watch your output multiply. More frameworks ahead.